One of the most important decisions that a man is going to make in his lifetime will be the woman he chooses to open up to attach himself to allow into his life. Now, some of you guys might say, well, sometimes you don't really make a decision on, who you get attached to and, fall in love with. Now, one, over here, we don't speak of love and falling in love. This is a notion for women to believe in. We care about respect over here. Always respect over love. All right, women fall in love, but apex men, even the best of us, can get attached. And for two, you are making a decision because you can't get attached to someone you only see once or twice a year. You typically get attached to someone or something that you see on a consistent basis or you deal with on a consistent basis, who you eventually got emotionally available for, at some point opened up to, gave a lot of time, attention, and energy to. Okay, if you're not doing this for a woman, you're not gonna get attached to her randomly on a Tuesday and you just see her at the gym every day. That's that Disney movie shit. Us men get attached to someone who we've poured into, who we have investment in. You have to be careful of who you choose to do this with, because on the one hand, a woman can absolutely destroy you and fuck up your entire life, can derail you from your mission, your purpose, your goals, everything. But on the other hand, you choose the right woman who knows how to bring you peace and value to your life. She could support you so much so to the point not only that she helps you become the man that you saw yourself becoming, but even higher than that. She can help you get to the next level that you didn't even think was possible, just because of how supportive she is, how in your corner she always is. If she's just always there for you, always on your side, and pushes you to do even more, that's a hell of a goddamn woman, and she could really turn your whole shit up. Now, a lot of you guys are gonna be sitting here watching, the bitter guys who hate women, who maybe y'all just got off a bad experience, or you had a really traumatic bad experience with women in the past and shit like that. The women haters out here, y'all gonna hear this. I've already had a couple of y'all comment on some of my shorts that I put out, some other videos I put out, and I never understand because y'all just make yourselves look crazy. Because over here we don't hate women. We're not bitter towards them at all. It's just that we understand them. Yeah, we get their nature and who they are as human beings, and y'all don't. And that's why you have all this negative emotion and tension towards them. You just don't understand them. The woman you choose can make or break you. Now, this is gonna be for my guys who are currently in relationship, committed, or are open to it. If guys who are open to being in a committed relationship, um, you need to be very mindful of who you're selecting. Yeah, this isn't about women being bad or women being good. This is about who you chose. Because see, us men, we have no problem. Every single time that a woman comes online, we hear this all the time. Men are trash, this and that. My, just because they have a bad baby daddy who's irresponsible, don't care, take care of the kids, nothing like that. Because he just started being like that after they had kids or after they had sex or after got married. He just started. He became a whole new person. Now he's always been that way, and you chose this. And we always respond back and tell them, "Well, you chose this man. You chose the wrong man. Choose better." Just like we tell them that, you also need to look at you and look at men and tell them that too. So when you come around guys, or if you're the type of guy who's always complaining about women, or if you're in a relationship right now and you're always bad talking your partner or your significant other or whatever, and you're talking negatively on her, or you see her in a negative light, and you talk about all women are this, all women are that, you need to look inward and see, like, look at who you've chosen up until this point. Every woman you've ever dealt with, look at who you've chosen and ask yourself why. What qualities did you see in that woman outside of the physical, guys? All right, we know that ass was fat, okay? We get it. Them titties might have been a little perky, face was nice, perfect tan in your eyes, we get it. But when after you got involved with her, right? After you knocked the dust off that thing, after that, and you chose to stick around and then you got attached, what qualities were there that were worth attaching to honestly, you need to be able to have a valid reason for why you're attaching to a woman. The way you do this is through testing her, through watching her, through observing. Vet very carefully who you picked because who you select can literally make or break you. Perfect example of this, um, although it's fiction, um, I was just watching this show recently, Better Call Saul. Kim Wexler, Saul's girlfriend, Jimmy's girlfriend in the show, well, turned wife. She is the perfect example of what I'm talking about. Another person, if you haven't watched Better Call Saul, another person would be Iron Man, Tony Stark's wife, Pepper Potts, I think her name is Piper Pepper or something like that. She's solid as hell. The reason why both of these women are so solid is because they always chose their man's side. They were their man's rock. They were a woman that the man could always lean on, even though he was highly successful and he could have been highly successful by himself, and he 100% could have made everything happen by himself. She just took those women took these guys to the next level, and that's why they earned wife status, right? See, there's guys out here who get pressured into being married or feel like it's just the right thing to do. Society, age, it's whatever. I don't like talking about those type of men. To me, I think that that's weak. I think that if you're gonna make this decision, and to me, marriage is a lifelong one, and it should be, and it's supposed to be. But nowadays, you know, and this is why I made this channel because I want to help guide men through modern dynamics. A lot of y'all are still operating on the traditional mindset and haven't realized that the game has changed, and women are not moving off that same mindset. It's time to update your software, right? We need to be picking and selecting women the same way that we select any other lifelong thing in our life, like the way we select a career that we want to get into, or the way that we select anything that's important to you, right? You want to have take that same time and energy into vetting and choosing very carefully, and take your time. There's no rush. And if she pressures you into anything, that already tells you what you need to know right there. Test her. When there's a period of hardship, and you need to pull back and you need to focus on your shit and get your shit together. See what she does. Does she complain that you're not texting her or spending enough time with her or giving her enough attention or energy at a time of day? You're not kissing her, like you used to, and rubbing on her back and catering to her as much as you used to, because now times are rough. You need to lock in and focus because you got some shit you building right now. Is she gonna do all that and cause chaos in your life and just cause havoc and just be a bitch, or is she going to, okay, baby, I understand. Yeah, is there anything I could do for you? How can I help this be easier for you? How can I support you? Or she just goes ahead and does it. She don't ask you. She just does it. Oh, you know what? He's been stressing. He's been going through this. You know what? Let me go ahead and let me do his laundry for him. I'm not gonna bother him today. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna only speak when I'm spoken to. Let me make him some food too. I know his favorite meal. He likes lamb chops, and I'll give him a little red wine on the side. That goes good with the red meat. And I'll rub his back a little bit. He seems a little tense lately. And I'll make sure to remind him, to take a break from work and go work out, and so he can move his body around because he hasn't worked out at all this week. And I know he's trying to watch his figure and get his physique right. Like that is what I'm talking about when I bring up the example of Kim Wexler and Pepper Potts or whatever her name is. Proactive women is who you want in your life. These are going to be the women who will support you and get you to that next level. Women who are proactive and actually help your life be easier, because that is really a woman's entire job. If she's not helping, if she's not helping your life become easier, bringing peace to you or anything like that, she's completely useless to you as far as the commitment goes. There's no point. So if she's already exiled herself because she refuses to do these couple of things here, just to do these things, right? What's the point? What are we doing? Because most of us guys over here, Apex men, we're not talking about these bum ass dudes. Most of us are going to be naturally providing and naturally protecting our women. When women are around us, they're going to already feel safe enough to turn off their brain and to know that they're safe with us. That if any physical threat were to come up, they know we can handle it. They're not worried about shit when they're stepping out with us. when they're in the house with us, they feel so comfortable. They're just happy to just be in our presence, right? These women, the proactive women, these are the women that you're gonna want in your corner. All right, just like a boxer, and they're in the ring and they got that guy in the corner screaming and yelling at them. You don't want to hear you want to hear someone who's actually uplifting you and supporting you and giving you the real spill on some shit. You don't want someone who's making it worse for you and talking down on you and just treating you like shit. You need someone who's gonna help you get through them tough times too. All right, we're strong and mighty and shit like that over here, but if you're gonna commit to somebody, you might as well have someone who's also gonna help you and kind of take that load off you a little bit and be on your side when everyone else, when it seems like the world is against you and everyone else is just not fucking with you, not on your side, everyone's just going against you. This one person's always gonna be here. That's a safe ass feeling. That's a good ass feeling. And that is who your wife is gonna be. On the other hand, you choose incorrectly, sir, and you're in for a rude awakening. You're about to have a shitty existence for however long you allow it. Because, like the late and great Godfather, rest in peace, Kevin Samuel said, we control access to the relationships and how far the relationship goes as far as the commitment, right? We control if she becomes girlfriend. We control if she becomes wifey. So, with great power comes great responsibility and even greater vetting skills. This other woman, this chaotic, disrespectful, bitchy, nagging, negative woman can bring you down in so many ways. And it's not just about the arguments and the occasional all the occasional stress you're gonna get from that. It's about the fact that that's gonna disturb your peace and disturb your inner core and throw you off your mission and take you so out of character that you forget who you even are. And that's when you hear guys talk about, yeah, I lost myself in that relationship. That's what happens. Because they were dealing with someone who they were incompatible with and they didn't realize it because they were so attached. They thought that they could make this work through anything. Well, now I have to, just because I made an example for the positive, I got to make an example for the negative too, right? And for this one, I'm going to use a real life example. Um, we don't gossip over here, and I don't really like to name drop, but this is informational, and this is public, extremely public, and something that's still been going on for a very long time, and we can all see it. But guys, the Will and Jada situation. Look how even an apex man can be brought down from the likes of a bitter, disrespectful, honestly disgusting woman. Okay, just look at that. That can happen to you. That can happen to anybody. It's not just him. It's not just her. It's not about her or him exactly as people, right? It's not about that. We can all have our opinions. I can have my opinion on the situation. It's about the fact that he chose wrong. At the end of the day, the responsibility always falls back on you. And that's one of the burdens of being a man. There's a lot of benefits to being a guy, to being, to having the authority of a man. But you have to take the good with the bad with the good, the bad, everything. You have to take it all together, right? And that's one of the burdens of being a man, that you're always accountable for everything. If your relationship goes to shit, you allowed it. You either didn't lead properly enough, or you chose to stay and give your time to someone who you were incompatible with and who was derailing you from your mission and who wasn't any good for you, and you knew it, but you thought you could keep fixing it. You thought you can keep trying. You thought you can keep giving her second chances because she came back and she was attached to you too. So she kept apologizing and she kept trying to do everything she could to get back on your good graces. Everything she could to just get soak up a little bit of your energy and your time again because your attention felt that good to her. And the moment you took it away, here she comes crawling back, doing anything she can, and you allowed her back in. Every single second that you allowed her back in after that is completely on you, though, because you're still choosing her, and she's already shown you, she's already failed the test. Hardship happened. Look how she reacted. An argument came up, a disagreement came up. Look how she reacted. It could have been nothing happened, and look at how she's acting. Pay attention to everything. Be extremely vigilant. You never know who you're dealing with until You actually are in a real situation. So let some time pass. Don't rush straight into a commitment. Take your time. This is a serious decision that you're making. And again, this is for guys who want to commit or are wanting or are in a relationship and are wanting to commit to that next level, to the forever status, to the ring status. This is for these guys. Take your time. Look in the past. Look at how she reacted to certain things. Look at who she actually is. Look through the beauty. Look through the beauty. Look through the bullshit. Find out who this person actually is when shit gets real. That'll tell you everything you need to know. But please always keep in mind that a woman can make or break you. But at the end of the day, it's your responsibility and who you choose. To help you with this, all you need to do is stay disciplined, stay sharp, and stay apex.